Hello everybody, welcome back to the second episode of Toy to Mini. This is a little series here I'm doing on YouTube, basically showing off some of my converted toys and converted anything really that I use for RPG miniatures, tabletop miniatures. A lot of them just made for fun, sculpting onto old toys and that, or just repaints. Showing off where I found them, why I made them, possible characters that they might be. Just showing them off, so enjoy. Back once again using the Moshi monsters. This guy, or these two guys, are from the same model or same little minifig, and this little wood kind of tree ant guy. Not much to him. You can kind of tell with this one anyway. I built a lot on the top here with the foliage and the foam, which is just chopped up little bits of sponge. I suppose stuff you use to clean dishes. It takes a good while to do. I know you can buy pre-made stuff, which I have done, but yeah, this is before I knew that, and came out pretty well. Gave him the little anime eyes, kind of a chibi look there. He's kind of a pretty friendly looking guy. Put him on a decent base as well, just because I had one lying around, so he's pretty cute. And then you got this guy, same base, you can kind of see with the shape of the body, and went a completely different way with this guy. Evil, kind of a lot more action pose as well, a lot more motion I kind of prefer, but this was just messing around with some milliput and green stuff, you know. Had a really good time with his face. If you can see, he's kind of gnarled, he's got the stumpy kind of nose, a splintered tooth look there, so he's obviously not a friendly guy. You can see here as well kind of a more organic blending using the silicone brush tools again and the spikes. So yeah, he's more of a evil kind of guy. The directions you can go with it, just the base kind of model is pretty wide, you know. Once you have your imagination on your side, you know, you can do whatever you like. Scale wise, against the Reaper Barbarian again, yeah, kind of works, you know, if you can see this. Yeah, I mean, you know, if it's on a normal size-ish base, I don't know what you'd use them as, a little baby tree ant, elemental or something like this. Yeah, you could use them as, what you call them in Lord of the Rings, Ent Child or something. They're trying to find their Ent wives. I remember that from ages ago and actually read the books, but yeah. And this guy as well, kind of works. It could be a dryad or tree stump came to life, animated tree stump with evil spirit or something like this. Pretty evil looking, maybe he's just misunderstood, I don't know. And with the Reaper guy, you can see the little tuft on the base here. That's from Army Painter, and I got some more as well put on this guy. You notice the leaf here also is from a little fish tank plant, just to add a little bit of colour. Maybe I could brighten that up a wee bit more to make it look like he's not fully evil, you know. The green is very similar. If that was a little brighter, even wilting leaf maybe would be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's some more Moshi monsters anyway. Orc Warlord on a hyena. This guy, I put a lot of work into this guy, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I actually have some work in progress shots that pop up as well when I'm talking about him. But this guy is kind of a decent few things put together. So I think this counts as a toy to mini just because the hyena is a Skeletor, or however you pronounce it anyway. The German company, I think they are Austrian or something like this, that do really high detailed toys, let's say, like figures of animals. And they would be expensive, but they actually have so much, you know, detail in them. You can really use them as models. I've got some dragons as well, and some other guys that you can really, you know, work on. So I saw the hyena in the shop, and of course I got a rig of orc bits lying around, so I kind of had to go for the, well, you know, I thought he'd be a great mount anyway. And I'm really happy the way he turned out, especially because the orc on top is kind of an amalgamation of a lot of different bits and bobs. So basically, the base is the cardboard. The animal is Skeletor hyena. Then this little saddle that he's on is cardboard. So, and the orc himself is, the legs and the torso are from a company called Shield Wolf Games, I think, and they do some kind of savage orc box set that I got that had some crazy looking orcs in it. So that's where those two pieces are. The arms are actually from a Hulk miniature, because I think they kind of just more suited, or they're a little bit more muscular, what I was more going for, because big warlord, you know. And head is from a GW Savage Orc, because he's kind of got the tusk pierced through and everything, his chin. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, and then the weapon, you know, this is a bit copper pipe, and the weapon head here, or the blade, is from a ogre miniature from Matic Games. So yeah, bits and bobs from everywhere really. And the saddle itself was built up with green stuff milliput and just bits of cardboard, you know. This is just bits of paper for fur, which I learned from doing my monocle and my Oliphant. But yeah, and it's the same again with the dental floss. I'm using a lot of it. If you can kind of see around his shoulders and everything to kind of tie him together. Kind of a balls to paint. The red here was a balls to paint, but I thought it looked kind of cool. And even I had him built anyway. You might notice in some of the work in progress shots that he didn't actually have a connection underneath the hyena, and I thought, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense, you know. Kind of make him one to look at least a wee bit realistic, or it would work if it was real, you know, to actually have the saddle somehow connected to the hyena underneath. So that's just dental floss again, and a little bit of fur there, green stuff. And yeah, I love the pose, the way it turned out. So this is chained from some, you know, Primark, what would we call it, Tesco, really cheap Tesco jewellery on sale. But I think the pose is pretty natural as well, with the orc kind of pulling back on the reins. So this is just two pixels as well here with green stuff connected on. And this is the same here for the mouthpiece of the actual hyena. The paint job isn't super like realistic, the hyenas in real life, but I wanted it to be a little bit more dark and menacing. I wanted the orc to be the paler, and it stands out more, you know. But yeah, I think the pose really works. Really happy. We put a lot more time into actually painting this one. Not a super amount of time really, you know, but just you can tell with the orcs, the kind of different highlighting layers and stuff like that of the skin itself. You can notice the difference rather than what I usually do. But yeah, I'll throw him against the Reaper guy anyway. So you can tell, if you can remember from the Two Towers, the Lord of the Rings movie, how the wargs moved. I thought they were pretty awesome. They're very hyena-like. I have some other orcs put together, kind of savage orcs, we'll say, from the Shield Wolf pack that I got, where I got the legs and the torso here. Now I have some of them put together, so he's kind of part of a tribe, we'll say. Scale-wise, you know, it's pretty awesome. I really like this guy. I can imagine him kind of bounding across, or kind of the hyena laughing and the orc roaring and, you know, charging into battle and stuff like that. And the hyena feasting on the remains of what the orc killed and stuff. It's a pretty cool image. I'd love to really make more, even mounted on some other kind of savage creatures or other hyenas or something like that, wolves and dogs. But yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty happy with them anyway. These guys are a little bit miscellaneous, I guess you could say. Let's start off with this guy. This guy was from a charity shop, and he was literally just a little figure of a Indian chief, and he had a goofy little face on him. Anyway, and I wanted to work on my sculpting a bit. It's not super magic or anything, but I went and just redid his face basically. I want to make him look like that sad, you know, Last of Mohicans, I think it is, with the single tear looking kind of guy, you know.
People start pollution. People can stop it.
Jeez, I know that reference more from The Simpsons than from the actual movie. It's always fun to do old people. The lines are very severe, even when you're like drawing them or that. So it's kind of fun. And in the back is just, I think that's a bit of tissue paper or PVA. But yeah, he's pretty cool. This is a repaint really. And then this guy, Lord of the Rings. This isn't Lord of the Rings. This isn't a ring rate. This is a rad rate. Because you know, he's got his freaking board. He's got his cap on, his rad cap, he's ready to fucking tear it up. Yeah, he had a sword in this hand, and he was making this. The poses made me think it was very like, you know, what's up kind of. Well, that's embarrassing, but yeah, gang sign almost, or very hip and cool, I guess, hip hop kind of. And so went with the idea of the rad rate, and what's radder than doing some sweet tricks like 360 flippity whatever's on your skateboard. So I trimmed together a skateboard with some plastic art and little bits and bobs like wire, and it's basically just plastic art in that, and baseball cap with turn backwards obviously because it's cool, green stuff and plastic art. Really simple. I don't know exactly what he would do to like challenge someone to. He'd have like a grim reaper that you'd have to beat him in a skate tournament or something. But yeah, and then put his sword here. This is just wire and a piece of cardboard to put the sword actually in the scabbard. But yeah, he's awesome. He's got a lot of character. And scale wise, these two guys, yeah, they work. Rad rate maybe a little bit more. Challenge you to a skate off or whatever. He's fucking great. I love him. This sad little Last Mohicans looking guy. Yeah, I know he doesn't work scale wise. He looks like he's taking a shit also on a rock, but he's just chilling. He's just sad. He's a little bit depressed. But yeah, we're pretty funny. You know, Jesus, anything goes. Nothing is safe. Use your imagination.